So I have a little problem in my JK, and this has been building up for a little while now. This is my old OEM steering box. It's been wearing out, I'd say, for the last year and a half, 2 years, and it's definitely a weak point in JK. So it's a 2008 two-door, four-wheel drive, and 100,000 miles on it. You're going to need to remove your steering shaft bolt. Try that again. The steering shaft needs to disconnect from the steering box. That's a 1/2-inch bolt. It may either be facing towards the driver or in towards the engine. It can vary. Thanks. Nice of it. I fell out right now, you know, while you're filming. It will. Instead of 20 minutes of me smacking this thing with a hand. Ah, yay!
I'll just tap this down.
Yeah. Well, see if all this PB blaster all week long. They're probably just going to be a pain. Wow, I might want to leave one in a little bit just to keep it from dropping.
Well, it's going to drop.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Maybe we'll leave the front ones in.
It's removed.
So there's just a couple threads holding it in.
Alright, so
Here, I'll get this ready in case it starts spewing on us too.
it shouldn't. I think your issue, is this wire right here.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So
Get that out.
we're gonna pull this right here, and probably pull this. Maybe not. Probably just this one. It should give us enough room.
Yeah, I'm going to get. Well, oh, okay. You think we can drop out around it? 'Cause
Yeah, with that pulled, that should open it up a little. I don't know. I'm guessing.
where was it? Right?
No, up here. It's up here.
That's what I was trying to figure out what it went to before. No, we lifted it.
Maybe not. They didn't really give too much room.
Let's say, yeah, just get
Unless we cut this zip tie. We cut that zip tie and then just re-zip tie it later. Or undo the connector.
Well, that's how you know. Can you see the connector?
Magic. Take this out, what Aaron's doing. It'll loosen this wire. That way we can move the steering box. Stay tuned.
So what we've done already so far is we've got the old steering box out. We had to disconnect the drag link. We ended up just leaving the pitman arm on because there's no point in trying to remove the old pitman arm. It would take us all afternoon to get it off. And the new big bore actually comes with a 45 millimeter, a 3 millimeter sector shaft up to a 45 millimeter sector shaft. So the pitman arm was going to be coming off anyways, and we got everything out of the way. And another issue, potential issue we ran into is the front track bar. From what I read up on it, the style that I have quite possibly was going to get hit by the drag link. Did some measuring and estimating to try to guess on it. The one that they do recommend is Synergy. I do have actually Synergy for my tie rod. I do have Synergy for my drag link, but there were no Synergy front track bars to be found anywhere on the internet at all.
Alright, we got the OEM steering box out. Not a big deal. Pretty simple. We did majority of this on the ground. So what we did first was undo the pressure line and the return line to the box itself. Both were 18 millimeters. Catch pan underneath. Tried our best to catch it. We'll clean the floor later. Then we moved down to the drag link, which we got bungee corded up, so it's just not dangling right now. And then we took the track bar out, which was 21 millimeter. This was 26 on the drag link, 21 on the track bar. Decided to put it up in the air then. That way we can get to the 4 bolts, which right here, you can see the bolt holes, which were also 18 millimeter. And then we ran into this guy, which is just an ABS wire, which now it's dangling because while I was holding the steering box, Aaron loosened up the wire, just undid them when we had one zip tie kind of holding us up. So we cut the zip tie and got the box right out. It was actually pretty simple so far.
There is a clip up here if you can get to it, but we just couldn't. We in the middle of it. We just couldn't quite figure out how to.
Honestly, you could
the release. So
I would say just loosen it because
loosen all this stuff.
You got plenty of room now. So now we're gonna put the new box in, but first, let us show you his new track bar.
Oh yeah,
it's
new
good.
Track bar going in too.
Oh, it's good.
Just to kind of get an eyeball of where this is gonna sit.
Yeah, it's pretty even already.
Yeah.
So,
this
Aaron,
profile is gonna work a lot better.
Aaron texted me on Messenger and said, "Hey, I think I'm gonna need a different track bar with this steering box." I said, "Why?" And he went through the reasons why. And
all right, so we have the OEM one out, and this was also my aftermarket Rubicon Express forged adjustable front track bar. And we don't know for certain, but from what I read and what I saw online, repeated over and over again, there's certain styles of these front track bars that because of this being a little bit taller, it's going to drop about 1/4 of an inch roughly at the bottom here, and then this thing is so much more beefy that by the time you get this thing in here, it could possibly hit that when it's swinging back and forth.
well, you're gonna need one. So I said, well, let's work with our our partnership with Core 4x4 and let's see if theirs will work. I messaged them on Facebook and they came back with a great response with telling us that it'll work and everything else, that they've actually tried it and asked us what color we wanted. So of course me and Aaron want orange because green and orange just work so well.
Everything gets a little orange on the bottom of the Jeep.
Aaron ordered it Wednesday, got it shipped to his house come Friday.
Yep.
So pretty quick.
Yeah.
Pretty darn quick. Really impressed with them. Once again, if you guys are looking for a track bar or control arms, Core 4x4, 5% off, use DA05.
You got it in there now. Oh, go slow.
Don't do that. Smack it, yeah.
No,
there you go. Started.
You just need it lined up a little bit. Oh.
You forgot the washer, didn't you?
No, it just pushed
okay.
back out. Push on. No, I pushed on it with the washer by accident. There we go. No, I'll put the washer on. Oh, that orange looks so good.
Yeah, it does. It's recording.
All right, we're ready to put the new ones in. 2 of the factory are going to be used, and then it comes with 2 shorter ones for the front. Mostly because they don't go all the way through. So the factory ones will go into the back here, and these front ones are just a little bit shorter, just so that you don't actually you can actually get the bolt in. Right?
Yeah. And don't forget to...
Yes, don't forget to put your Loctite on. Oops, that is too much. So these are 18. It comes with 19. Just have both ready. Ooh, wow.
Okay, so new box is in. Aaron is doing the wiring, getting the ABS wire. It's always good to have a buddy help you, but like we said, there's a little bit of a height difference, and I'm average height, and he's just overly tall.
Freakishly tall.
And I'm also working with one arm because my right arm's a little jacked up. And I normally do the heavy lifting, not this time. So,
Okay, you can
but we
take
got
it
it in. Hey, so 3 arms later, we got this in, and Loctite them 19 millimeter and 18 millimeter.
Yep.
And now he's just fishing stuff around so it doesn't get all caught up and hung up. And yeah, actually pretty simple. It's coming together rather well.
This might actually be too high for me.
Did I need to let it down for you, little guy?
I'm kind of reaching.
You saw it first.
Sure, or you're not told to do it.
So we
I
are.
was actually already there.
So we are checking the torque of these bolts. Aaron found out that it is 70 foot-pounds for these ones. So Loctite and check torque. We Loctited this. What size was this, Aaron?
1 and 13/16.
So yeah, it's a big nut,
Yeah.
but it's Loctite. You can see the Loctite on it. It's got a lock washer, and the torque spec was 180 foot-pounds.
I think 185.
185, which it is now torque to spec. It is in, and now we can start putting the drag link up, putting the wheel back on, and
Out of the engine. Well, then again.
no, I got like up close right here. So while Aaron's working on that, when you guys have these lines off, we're putting them back in. There's a little O-ring right there. It's hard to see. Focus. Focus. There you go.
Give you a little light.
So that's the O-ring. It's still in really good shape on both return and pressure lines. Just kind of in quick inspection before putting them in. If need be, you could always replace them.
That slot on the bottom.
Yep.
There we go. Feed it in.
Is it on?
The sleeve's on. Hold out.
Well, I don't want to turn it. You should be able to start the bolt one side.
Okay.
One side will have threads, the other side doesn't.
Well-
But don't forget the Loctite.
It's angled this way, so are
Oh.
you able to, it's still on there. Yeah, right.
I think I was there for the beginning of you taking it apart.
Yeah, because he dropped it off.
Oh, yeah, I brought it
I thought
down.
you came in and just bullshitted. Like,
Yes, sir, I think you're gonna go, or the other way. And I'm gonna have to tap it up in there. Hold it there. I gotta get it, I gotta tap. Do we have the rubber mallet out still? Yes. All right.
he's running out, so.
Yeah, it's just over my shoulder in a weird spot. Oh, that's so close. Hold on. Let's see. I got half in. Go, yeah, go back and forth a little bit either way. One of these. Let's see. I think go one way a little bit. Okay, definitely the other way. It's in. Yep.
Track bars in.
So one thing you'll figure out when you order the PSC Big Bore XD2 is there are no instructions. You get to figure it out on yourself. One good tip that would have been handy just to know for certain, the size of the nut on the bottom of the sector shaft that goes to the pitman arm. This is what we ended up using, 1/13/16, and did a good job. Loud! Can you hear?
Boy, so it looks like Aaron did it.
He's laying on the ground, his arms 14 feet long.
Here, hold on a second. Is this how it goes?
Yeah.
Ding!
Bite it out.
Yay!
He bites it out.
Myself. Do it.